Welcome back, YouTube, to another video. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and let's get straight into it. This video is just about people who want to gain weight, people who want to get bigger, want to build muscle. Even if you're just trying to get bigger for wrestling in high school or basketball, football, or if you want to just be a bodybuilder, and you want to know the correct way of going about things, that's what this video is for. I would like to say that I personally didn't want to become a bodybuilder. I personally did not. I was trying to get big for a sport. I was trying to get bigger for boxing because I wanted to be a heavyweight. And at the time I was like 150, 155. And heavyweight is like 200 pounds. So I was telling everybody, yeah, I'm trying to be a heavyweight. I'm going to gain such and such amount of weight. I actually was aiming for 250. I wanted to go from 155 to 250. That's 95 pounds, almost 100 pounds. And I think the time frame was like, I gave myself a year or less than that, which is unheard of, impossible, irrational, but that's what I had gave myself. So right here, I have my little book of facts. I feel that I'm qualified to speak on the subject because I've done my research, in the National Academy of Sports Medicine Certified Personal Training certification process, and I discussed hypertrophy and weight gain, weight loss, and nutrition, and proper exercise techniques, safety tips, and proper exercise forms. So I feel like I've done my due diligence of, doing my background report, and I can relay, qualified, free information to you guys. That's what I'm all about is, I'm not trying to make a buck off of everything. I don't feel like you should make a buck off of everything. I can just provide you guys with some free information, and that's what I have here. I also have my own experience, like I said, with gaining weight. I went from I was about 150, and now I sit at about 180. So I gained somewhere between 20 to 30 pounds over the course of like 9 months. It wasn't just like a quick fix. It wasn't like gaining weight consecutively. You got to understand that everything dealing with your body is a process, and it takes time, and nothing can speed up this process. If you want to take steroids, that could speed up the process, but steroids are not guaranteed to get you the results that you want. You also have to do the basic stuff that we do, like the nutrition and the exercising techniques. Everything that I'm going to give you, you will still have to do that on top of steroids, okay? And then steroids would, have a great effect on your body, both positively and negatively. And I'm not a steroids expert. I don't take steroids, so that's where my knowledge ends on the subject. So I went, like I said, from about 150 to 180, about 20 to 30 pounds gained over 9 months, and it was like 10 pounds here, there, 5 pounds here, there, never a pound here, a pound there. It was never like, okay, I gained 2 pounds this week, I gained 3 pounds this week, I gained 4 pounds this week. It was never consecutive. Sometimes I plateaued, sometimes I even lost weight, and I had to go back to the drawing board and understand what I didn't do right. So with enough background on me, let me get straight into it, how to get big. Okay, the first thing is proper nutrition. You want to have a nice balanced diet when gaining weight because your body uses fats, carbs, and protein all to do certain things. So you want it balanced. Like when people tell you you gotta have a whole lot of protein, get a whole lot of protein, that's not really beneficial because protein in itself, if you eat too much, anything, like if you eat too much carb, then your body is going to store it as fat. If you eat too much fat, your body is of course going to store it as fat. If you eat too much protein, your body is going to store it as fat. Only thing your body doesn't really use and store as fat is fiber. It goes ahead and passes it through the small intestines and out into the sewage. So it's really important that you don't want to get fat. So don't overeat. Don't overdo the protein. I know the experts say muscle is made out of protein. You need your protein. Gotta get these gains, bro. You can get your gains with an adequate amount of protein. You don't need a surplus of protein. Any macronutrients in a surplus is stored as fat. Any of them. Carbs, fats, and protein. Okay? So when you're adding too many carbs, you're adding too many proteins to your diet, you're adding fat to your body, and that's not what you want to do. Unless you're just trying to buff up overall, then, you know, that's fine. Too much of anything is bad. And don't strain your I don't know the proper way of saying it. Besides, don't overwork yourself. You know, understand that doing 200 push-ups versus 20 push-ups can yield the same results, if that makes sense. Overworking yourself, I know I've heard it too. I heard it myself. I personally used to do this. I used to work out. I gotta feel the pain. I gotta feel the pain. If I ain't felt nothing, I ain't did nothing. That's not what you come there to do. You do not come there to overwork yourself. You come there to get the volume. When you're working out, you're there to get volume. When you're trying to get bigger, when you're trying to add muscle, when you're trying to get leaner, you're trying to get stronger, trying to build strength. You're there for high volume workouts. Not the most intense workout. I've seen people even come to the gym with me and they're like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man, let's crank it all the way up to the max. I'm not working on my max at all times because I'm not a power lifter. Power lifters have to work at their max so their max can go higher. I'm building size, I'm building strength. I need about 75 to 85% of my max, and I can build muscle. I can get stronger. And I've seen it. I've done it myself. Before, when I first walked in the gym, I couldn't bench 135. Now I can max out at 245. I can bench 200 pounds easily, but it's not for what? I'm there to, you know, build strength and build muscle. So I'm not there to overwork myself. And it doesn't make sense to lift all this weight on Monday and then Tuesday morning you're no good. You cannot go to the gym. You can't work out. If you can, then, you know, do you by all means, but I don't see how it's possible. I don't see someone straining themselves and putting in that kind of work and then going back and matching that same level the next day. They can't be working at their max. That can't be their max. If you think 200 pounds is your max and you bench that 40 times and then you go back to the gym and bench it 40 times, your max is way higher than 200 pounds. Way higher. All right? Once you create the proper workout and the proper nutrition, you gotta find a balance for the both of them, okay? I already told you, when you're eating, you want the proper amount of carbs, proteins, and fats, carbs, protein, fats, you know, the proper macronutrients. And when you're working out, you want the proper exercise routine. So for gaining strength and muscle and stuff, that's about 3 to 5 sets of 8 to 12 reps, okay? I'm gonna say it again, 3 to 5 sets of 8 to 12 reps at about 75 to 86, I say, % of your max. Sometimes some people can even go lower, you know, if you keep the movements flush, or if they're not like movements that your body isn't accustomed to. Like, I personally have to keep moving because I got the sun in my face, and you know, that's a new movement for me. So so if it's like a movement that you're not accustomed to, like let's say you're trying to build on your shoulders. Okay, so say you've done this, you've done the regular military press, you know, overhead, overhand, and you know, you feel good at this with about 145. To increase the intensity without increasing the weight, you could just go underhand, boom, same workout, but I guarantee you it feels a lot different if you did it that way, okay? Next, I want to be sure to let you know that, that recovery is important. Recovery doesn't happen until about 90 minutes after the workout. So when they say as soon as you finish your workout or your optimal building period is right after your workout, you have about an hour and a half till that window closes, okay? And it's best if you get something like that can be easily digested, like a shake or something. You know, it's already liquid form. Your stomach is don't have to do too much. It can just go ahead and pass it through small intestines, do their job. But at the same time, you know, maybe you do have a little bit of time. You just worked out at home and you're trying to build some muscle. You can go and make yourself some, or have something already cooked. You can eat a whole chicken breast or a whole steak or a protein bar or something like that, and still get your proteins in just in time. Okay. Also, before recovery, before the workout, the nutrition, just to touch back on it, the gain weight, the gain size, and anything, you have to consume more calories than you burn. Okay, that is how weight gain, calories, and exercise are all tied together. The calories that you burn have to be less than the calories that you take in. If you burn 2,500 calories and you eating 2,500 calories, you didn't gain or lose, you just maintained. But if you ate 5,000 calories, not my suggestion for anybody, and you burn 2,500 calories, your body has so much more calories, so much more fats, protein, carbs than it knows what to do with. So what do you think it does? It starts to store those things. Sometimes if it's too much, if it's super excess, like 2,500 over, some of those things can be passed down through waste. And the key range of what you want to be in is about 300, I believe, 200 to about 400, 200 about 400 calories over the calories that you need. There is a formula for you to figure out how many calories you need, and that formula is your body weight times 10, and then that number times whatever activity level you are. So if you don't work out that often or you don't do that much work, that number is about 1.3. If you're a moderate, sometimes you work out, you might go play basketball with the guys, or you might go dancing with the girls, you help the cheerleading team or whatever. That's about 1.7. Now, if you're like me and you're heavily active, then it's about 2.1. So I'm gonna give you my example. I weigh 180, right? So 180 times 10 is it's 1,800. 180 times 10 is 1,800, and I'm heavily active, so I will multiply my weight by 2.1. After you multiply that by 2.1, you get 3,780. I've already done it, so I already know my number. You get 3,780. So that means my body burns 3,780 calories in a day. In order for me to gain weight, I have to consume 200 to 400 over that. So I'm gonna select 300. So in order for my body to gain weight, if I'm burning 3,780 calories, I need to consume 4,180 calories. That's 300 calories over what I burn. Okay? If it makes sense, let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. All right? That's just my 2 cents on it. I would like to say that be very careful. That's why I be trying to be so clear, so I be jumping subjects, but going back and touching on subjects. Be very clear that this stuff is very serious. This stuff, I've personally dealt with some issues with my body weight. Don't become too obsessed. Be perfectly comfortable with who you are, because it can get out of hand fast. Don't weigh yourself every day. I do. So, you know, I won't say nothing. I won't judge you if you weigh yourself every day, because I do. But they say don't, you know. And understand that everything takes time. If you don't got the time and the money, that's one thing I would say about building muscle, gaining size for us little guys. It's really expensive and it's really time consuming. Everybody thinks losing weight is so hard. I always tell them, try gaining weight. Because not only they think losing weight is expensive, I gotta buy this kind of food, I gotta buy this kind of food. You really don't. You really gotta eat less food, you know? If you eat less calories than you burn, then you're in a deficit, you're gonna lose weight, you know? But for me, I have to eat more, or us little guys, we gotta eat more, so it's more expensive because we're eating more food than we actually want. We're force feeding, and it's, you know, it's a lot goes into it. And I would just say, be very careful, you know, because I've played with this stuff for a while and I've seen myself drop down significantly, and I also see myself pick up weight significantly. It does affect your mood, it affects your energy, it pretty much affects every aspect of your body and your life when you're dealing with your body weight and stuff. So stay conscious, be sure, understand that it takes time. I personally don't believe that you should try to gain 1,000 pounds in a year or 1,000 pounds in a month or so. You know, set yourself some realistic goals, and you know, good things will happen. All right. That being said, I'm up out of here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more videos, because you know they coming. Thanks.